Sarah Rawwr, also known as Sarah Undergrove, is a 26-year-old woman from the state of New York, going somewhat viral for her intense attraction to the fictional character Eddie Munson from
Alright.
Stranger Things,
Okay.
as well as numerous other controversies. The TikTok that brought Sarah to the wider attention of the public was called War is Over. It depicts Sarah outside during the first snow of the year, dancing to the famous song by John Lennon, Merry Xmas, only for her to dramatically pause as the words "War is Over" shoots up onto the screen. At the time she was recording this, there were numerous massive conflicts going on around the world, so many assumed that it was in reference to one of those, but it's what comes next that made this TikTok garner millions of views. 6
Okay.
months, 11 days, 86 hours, 30 minutes, 20 seconds since Eddie Munson has left us. I really don't even know where to begin with this whole Eddie Munson thing.
I do. She's probably never been in a serious relationship in her life. And she's going down this rabbit hole of being signal for so long. Is that she fantasizes about having a imaginary relationship with a fictional character. She's not the only one. There's multiple people out there. Like there's people out there that are way worse than her about this. I don't know how bad she is yet, but that's just what I think on it. I just think she's probably just like a really really lonely lady, or she's been hurt so much by guys. She's not even interested in real guys. She's just interested into fictional characters. It's a thing, and and that problem's only going to get worse as we proceed into the future. I guarantee it.
Because it's so extensive, so I'll just start very simply and we'll build from there.
Okay.
Eddie Munson is a fictional character portrayed in the 4th season of the popular Netflix show Stranger Things. Portrayed by the actor Joseph Quinn, Eddie Munson quickly became a fan favorite. But as you could tell by the TikTok I previously showed you, this goes so much further for Sarah. I'm not even exaggerating when I say I have seen hundreds of Eddie Munson TikToks on her page. Most are just pictures or art of Eddie thrown together that she likes, but some of this stuff is beyond elaborate. Sarah has a series with over 40 parts depicting the life that she and Eddie Munson would live together. It can get pretty graphic at times, so you would not be surprised to know that Sarah has lost TikTok pages before due to lewd Munson posting. Let me just read one of these more PG Munson posts for you guys real quick. Sarah, I do have some other birthday surprises for you. Edward Wayne Munson. I swear to God you don't have to do anything for me. My love for you, Sarah, has no price tag. You deserve to be treated like royalty. So I got you something else. Yeah, that's about enough of that. I'm sure you've been able to gather by now that Sarah really likes Eddie. She has tried to emulate many of his characteristics, at least ones that she perceives, getting her very own Eddie cosplay, and calling herself a metalhead. The amount
I feel like this is the equivalent of Harley Quinn, Margaret Robbie's Harley Quinn. Like, you guys remember when she came out in theaters, like every white girl was dressing up as her for Halloween? I think there's like certain like, I don't know if it's like a character trait, or I don't know if they're just like very attracted to the character, like why they fantasize. And it's mostly white women. Like you mostly see white women do this shit. Yeah.
of hours put into Eddie Munson worship displayed on the Sarah Rawwr TikTok page is astounding. And I found myself wondering, why does she do all of this? I've heard of people who are really into fictional characters, but this is a whole new level.
Yeah.
So to truly understand it, I think that we have to have Sarah explain it to us in her own way.
Okay.
I'm mentally ill with brown hair. Messy room, clothes everywhere. Mommy was never really there. Mommy was never really there. I go for the fictional guys. It's not a face, they're just my type. The tarot cards say we're gonna fight. They broke my heart, and one thing's for sure, I don't real boys anymore.
Not gonna lie, pretty catchy hook.
I don't like real boys anymore.
On a different occasion, Sarah claimed
You
that
should've
her
just done
obsession
that
with
at
the
the
character
start.
Eddie Munson stems from a dead best friend.
Like she's not bad looking. Like, if she lost weight, I guarantee you she would have found herself a guy that, like, well, not like guy her type. Obviously, I don't know what her type is, but like, she's not ugly. Like, if she like, I gave like, yeah, just like lose some weight, and guys will be all over you, and you have plenty of them to pick from. I don't see I don't see the problem. I'm not her, so I don't know the problem. I'm just talking from a outside perspective.
Of hers, who, God rest his soul, reminded her of Eddie. Sarah would even share a photo of her friend who sadly passed away. A reverse image search proved that it was just a model that she had ripped from Google Images, leaving us no answers as to the source of her infatuation. After years of Eddie posting, Sarah finally got the opportunity to fly to a convention and meet Joseph Quinn,
Oh no.
the actor who portrayed Eddie Munson, in person. Sarah flew from New York to Texas for this.
Oh my
and
God.
could not have been happier to meet Joseph, who, after taking a couple photos with Sarah, helped her up after she tripped. Or at least that's what Sarah claims. Now that we've established that she is absolutely head over heels in love with Eddie Munson, let me lay a little bit of crucial information on you. Sarah has a boyfriend who she talks about.
There's no fucking way, dude. Oh my God.
100 times less than Eddie Munson. In fact, it seems to be that way with every other man as well. She is extremely flirty with anybody that she perceives to be male in her live stream chats, especially the ones that come on panel and speak to her. She's got at least 2 or 3 of these other dudes who she'll bring on panel just to flirt with. And I haven't even gotten to her best friend Tim, whose house she frequently spends the night at, and saying that her boyfriend Michael has been cheated on is actually backed up with a good bit of evidence.
If she's cheating on him, she's doing bro a favor. She's doing him such a huge favor. It's a better favor than he could have ever asked for.
After staying at one of her female friends' houses, it became clear that Sarah had overstepped her bounds. This friend would go on to publicly state that Sarah had cheated on Michael 2 times that she knew of. She also had some other things to say about Sarah's stay. She was smoking cigarettes in the house, stealing lighters, and even flirting with her friend's boyfriend, which resulted in her getting kicked out. Her friend's statement and all of the stuff that I've seen in the clips paint a very clear picture as to what's going on. And all of this makes more sense the longer you watch Sarah, because the sheer amount of pointless lies is staggering.
When you finally find the Target exclusive Eddie Munson Funko Pop, but you have not 1 but 2 in your cart because you were actually surprising your great friend with 1 and 1 for yourself, like a good human would.
Funko Pop. Look, nothing against people who have Funko Pops, but there's something about people with Funko Pops, alright? People with Funko Pops are fucking weird. And if you actually are a decent human being with multiple Funko Pops, I'm sorry. I try not to let the minority group of the bads speak for you, but it's really not making you guys look any better.
So far and behold, I got punched in the face by a man at Target. This has healed. This is worse.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Bump on my nose. It's not a pimple. I got punched, so
Probably thought you tried to eat him.
It's gotten better. This hurts like shit because I wear glasses. So yeah, again, I got punched, knocked out, didn't get any of the Funko Pops or the
Didn't happen.
ones.
Didn't happen.
A creepy ass guy who got both. Target, bring them back and do better, please. Thank you.
Never
Are
happened.
you tired of listening to your Eddie Munson on inferior wireless earbuds? Well, then let me tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. These bad boys are a game changer, whether you're in the gym, at work, or just relaxing and listening to music. I've had wireless earbuds before, but never have they fit this well, and never has the sound been so clear. And for half the price of
I
their
don't like
competitors,
earbuds.
with 8 hours
I like
of
headphones,
playtime
and this is
32
why.
hours of battery life, they're perfect for work. And
That's
the
why.
gel tips that you can optimize make sure that they're in there snug. Their noise isolating design lets you be aware of your surroundings while still enjoying your music to the fullest. And unlike other brands, they come in a wide variety of colors. Click the link in the description.
I'll buy earphones if they have noise cancellation and they prevent people from approaching me and tapping me on my shoulder because I can't hear them. If they could do that, I would put all my money into it.
Box, or go to buyraycon.com/kiwi to get 20% off your Raycon purchase plus free shipping. They're durable, powerful, and discreet. A big thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today's video. Link in the description box below. Oh, I also forgot to tell you that she owns over 100 Funko Pops that she pronounces Funku Pops.
This bitch is crazy.
Sarah's lies have always been at the forefront of controversy surrounding her, but the Irish Eyes incident would take it to a whole nother level. Sarah has a habit of taking people's artwork, music, photographs, and calling them her own. This has happened countless times, and some of them have been more catastrophic than others.
Yeah.
More on that later. But the point I'm trying to make here is that she's very fond of taking these things, slightly altering them, and then putting them out there as her own 100% original work. A
not
prime
copyright.
example being the Irish Eyes incident. Sarah would take the song Irish Eyes by Rise Betts, change a couple of words, and then claim that she came up with the whole thing originally. While I can't play you the original version of the song, I can show you Sarah's version, which is a sight to behold.
My father says I have Irish
Kiwi, why do you do this? Why do you have to purposely display the song that she stole? You know the audience is gonna like it. Why do you do it?
eyes, Irish eyes, Irish eyes. My father says I have Irish eyes. They go ever so green on a bright spring sky, but they're never so green as when I let them cry. My mother says I have Puerto Rican hair, Puerto Rican hair. Brown like the bark of a palm somewhere, like the bed of the rocks where the sea meets, like a thorn in the stem of a Spanish flower.
The problem people had is not her singing this song, but her claiming that she came up with the whole thing herself.
She doesn't have Irish eyes. Okay. She doesn't have Irish eyes. Now, let me tell you why. If she had Irish eyes, she would be a lot more thinner. She would be on the verge of starving if she had Irish eyes. She doesn't have our Irish eyes. She has American eyes. And it's not the good American eyes either.
And like I said, this happens with other forms of media as well, including artwork and photographs. But the plagiarism is just scratching the surface, guys. Let me read some of her boldest claims. That she is Jacksepticeye's cousin. She's got pictures of him in her basement, just cluttered under some stuff.
What the
She'll
fuck?
even get mad when you call him Jack and not Sean. She claims to have anxiety Tourette's, though we've never seen any proof of this. Claimed to have been an understudy on a Broadway play. Fans confirmed this was a lie by aligning some pictures of a play that she went to see around the time she claimed she was acting in it. One of the most convoluted ones I could find was where she claimed she was hit by a bus when she was 15. She said this put her in a coma, stopping her brain from further developing. Later, her story would change when she...
So, people are now holding her accountable for her actions, and then now she's making a excuse saying, I was hit by a bus when I was 15, which cut the oxygen off my brain for a little bit, causing brain damage, which excuses my behavior. What a fucking bitch. Like, you try to manipulate everyone trying to criticize you. You're not immune to criticism. What are you doing? Why are you making up more lies? Like, you're not helping your case at all. Yeah, really, she's gonna I'll say like a majority, more than the majority of the time, actually, you're the reason for your downfall. She's going to be 100% the reason of her downfall. 100%.
He claims it was a car and not a bus. Sarah's mom would publicly state that
Yeah.
the car barely hit her, and Sarah was just simply overreacting. Much like Sarah's story, her mother's story also changed to match exactly with Sarah's. Her mother even stating that she suffered a similar incident when she was younger.
And when we got to the island, I was just trying to eat my lunch on the island, which is like one of the many mini islands in New York on the river. There are hundreds actually that you could like camp out on and be safe. So one day I was just eating my apple and my peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and she decided to punch me in the spine. It wasn't cool of her. I don't know why she punched me in the spine, but she did.
What?
And I went to the tall pier. Like, you could climb this tall rock. So I sat on the edge of this rock just to try to cool off. And yeah, I accidentally dropped my apple in the Hudson River, and I wasn't even done eating it, so it sucks I lost my apple. But when we got back, it started to rain on the Hudson River, so we were like trying to canoe back as fast as possible to the shore. It was like maybe, I don't know, 30 meters from the island to the shore, and our canoe, my canoe that I wasn't canoeing, I was sitting in the middle.
She said meters, okay? She didn't say freedom units. What the fuck is she talking about? We use freedom units in here in the States.
Because I was a big girl. They wanted me to sit in the middle. And the canoe flipped over. And
Yeah.
I tried swimming.
They have her in the middle.
But what I found out when Emily hit my spine, which is dead center, she kind of moved one of my vertebrae. Like, she punched me so hard in the spine that it moved one of my vertebrae. So I was in a life vest just floating in the Hudson River. And when someone pulled me ashore, which is just one of the older like counselors, I said I need to go to a hospital, and they didn't believe me. So I literally got hypothermia, I got sick, and my spine was purple.
One of Sarah's most convoluted lies would have to be the "why does bad things happen to me" TikTok video.
Sure.
Where she claims that after a group of teens on bike...
Look, you could make stories up, okay? But if you're gonna do that, at least make it believable. Like, everything she said in that story is extraordinary. And extraordinary claims need, you need proof that actually fucking happened, because that's huge. That's huge. You need proof of that, sister.
Bikes pushed her down a hill, she crawled up to be helped by no cars passing by. This would lead to her weeping and contemplating society, all on camera. She claimed that Stan Lee offered her a speaking role in one of his movies, and that she had a cousin on the set of Stranger Things Season 3 who let her hang out around the set. I've got just one more lie of Sarah's that I'd like to cover, and it's a doozy.
Oh my
the TikTok
God.
where Sarah claims she ended a domestic terrorist incident with nothing but the power of interpretive dance. Much like in the show The OA. I could go on with instances like this all day,
Yeah.
and so could Sarah.
No, I will not leave us out of this, because we, as Puerto Ricans, have to stick together. And no, I don't speak very good Spanish, but my abuela and my rest of my family at least can understand we have a conversation, because I understand Spanish. And if you don't believe me that I can speak a little bit, here I go. I'm going to name food that is from Puerto Rico. Empanadas, chicharrones, rice and gandules, pasteles.
Why is food the only thing you can name?
Panin, sweet plátanos, plátanos. Am I not convincing enough that I'm Spanish?
Sarah had told so many lies that I don't
my
even know
God.
if she knew what the truth was anymore. So when I came across some disturbing allegations of things that she was doing on her Twitter page, at first I took them with a grain of salt. But sadly, there was a lot more to it, And this is where the video starts to get a little darker. As we covered earlier in the Eddie Munson section, Sarah is a gigantic fan of the Netflix show Stranger Things.
Yeah.
This show features a cast of primarily children fighting some kind of interdimensional invasion, from what I can gather. But I'm not getting on to Sarah for simply liking the show. What I'm criticizing her for is some of the artwork that she reposted to her Twitter account.
Lewd,
Back
it's
when
lewd.
Sarah's Twitter was still public, she would post a staggering amount of NSFW content.
So, like, what I'm kind of getting from this is that she's so obsessed with fictional characters in the franchises that they're from. I think that she tells herself all these lies, and she believes them. And then, like, she dreams about like doing shit. Like, she dreamed about crawling up on the side of the road and no one helping her. Like, I 100% believe that she dreamed that, and then she doesn't look at it as a dream, but like rather as a memory. I guarantee you, like, yeah, she is 100% delusional.
Usually drawings of characters that she enjoyed from various franchises. And as we talked about earlier, Stranger Things is her favorite franchise, and some of this art included children. Though Sarah simply screenshotted this art and claimed it as her own, she was still spreading around these illicit materials.
Yeah.
When all of this was discovered by the public, she was rightly criticized, and Sarah scrambled to explain her actions. One excuse was that people were paying her to do this. Another one was that she was hacked. But once she saw that no one was buying the lie, she began to lightly address it in her live streams.
Yeah, I like what I like, as long as it's not breaking any U.S. official laws.
I personally wouldn't be into it, but you do you.
No, I'm just saying, as long as it's not breaking any laws, I don't think that's like a crime.
Just because it's not breaking any laws, it's not a crime. It's not that it's a crime or not, it's the fact that it's literally drawing pictures of children. Okay, you have pictures of drawings or art that resemble children from an actual TV show with children on it. And you're gooning to it. You're gooning to pictures of children. That's why they're mad. That's why they're coming after you. We're not coming after you because it's not legal. Like, what kind of fucking mindset is that? Are you dumb? Jesus, dude.
Yeah, it's just something like what I like. It's like I'm not.
She's not. Let me just clarify that she's not attracted to children. Everybody. So just like.
Exactly, I'm a nanny. I babysit.
Yeah.
Just
Tim see me work with the kids I work with.
fictional children.
I'm sleeping over at Tim's
I think
house.
I'd get a pretty good rating. What do you think, Sarah?
When she realized that she would not be able to explain herself, she privated her Twitter account.
She doesn't want. It's not that she didn't. It's that she doesn't want to because she knows she's in the wrong and people will give a shit for it. Also, the other thing too is that rather it being real or drawn or AI art of children, it's still not okay because it resembles children and it's made to look like children. That's why everyone is against it. Also, yeah. A 1400. Boy, shut up! I don't have a peasant haircut. Maybe I do.
And now tries to sweep any mention of this under the rug. Sarah's defense reminds me of a certain someone. By claiming that these images are drawn and not real, it makes it okay. But it has been well established that it is the intent behind these drawings and the desire that is carried with them that everybody finds disturbing. It is not simply the fact that it is drawn illicit material, it is the age of the characters depicted, and the workarounds that some people employ to try to make it okay in their mind. Just because this little girl is actually a 9,000-year-old vampire is no kind of defense, and public backlash for these kinds of things will always be swift, as well as unforgiving. Look at Vosh, a guy whose career in content creation was looking up, until he revealed a folder full of images much like what Sarah enjoys,
Oh,
and
no.
society has deemed rightly so that these behaviors are unacceptable.
Yeah.
But Sarah can't wrap her head around this. Through a combination of arrogance and believing her own lies, she has convinced herself that it is only a select few that think these types of behaviors are unacceptable, preventing her from taking any kind of accountability or making any kinds of changes.
Look, I'm gonna say it right now, and this is what I think. I think it's alright to do like content as an adult, right? But you're like, if you dress up and dance on your live, and you're like 28, 27, you're like you're a full grown adult, and you're doing that shit. I personally think there's something wrong in your head. In order for you to be doing that, unless you've been doing that for like, unless you have the career out of it, or you're just doing it for fun, that's two different things, right? But if you're doing, like, I'm not judging people, well, I am judging clearly, but what's the difference between doing it for fun and doing it for a career? Well, doing it for a career means that you're doing it for money, which you need, and so basically that's your job. And doing it for fun is like doing it for fun because you think it's fun. Of like you're choosing to do it. Well, like if you're working as a dancer too, you're also choosing to do it. But I think if you're doing it for fun, you have more options at your disposal than you would if you were doing it as a job.
I found Sarah's Munson posting absolutely hilarious. I find that it is the other kinds of posts that she is making that are more telling of her true character. And that's all I have on Sarah Rawwr today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, especially till the end. Really helps the channel out, pushes the video to more people. A big thank you to all of my channel members. You guys really are the best. I've said it a million times, but the place wouldn't be the same without you. And a big thank you to whoever's hearing this video right now. I really appreciate you spending some time here with us. Time is the most valuable thing any of us have, and I hope I've made this bit of yours enjoyable, as you have mine. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to keep it Kiwi.
Yeah, this dude has a really good channel. What he does is like spreads awareness of like certain individuals on the internet. Give him a like and a sub. This guy deserves like every sub that he works for, 100%. I'm gonna have his channel link in the bio if you guys want to take a look at it for yourself if you can.